And we're sending our best to Nancy McCall. She's heading to Guatemala for about 3 months, but going to continue to join us on Thursdays. So have fun, Nancy. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Cardio Strength Fusion. This month, December of 2025, we've been working on kind of a fusion of some isometric activities and exercises. So one more opportunity to work isometrics. And there's so many benefits to that, but I want you to think about one in particular that we haven't talked a lot about, and that is bone density. So anytime we contract a muscle, so I'm going to squeeze my bicep here, maybe I'm holding on to a weight and I'm going to hold it. Tightening that muscle pulls the tendons where they attach on the bones. And when we have that action of pulling against the bone, that makes the bones go, oh, we better come to alert now and start to activate those bone building cells. They're called osteoblasts. And those are what keep our bones dense and solid and keep us from getting osteopenia, osteoporosis. So that's one of the things I want you to really focus on in today's class is that bone building aspect of what we're doing today. So what I've got for you is we're going to do a block of 3 different isometric exercises, and we'll do them twice for 45 seconds apiece. So what I'm going to do is time you for 45 seconds. We have a 15-second break where maybe we'll make an adjustment in our stance or something like that. And then we'll do it one more time for 45 seconds. I'll explain each exercise really well for you so you'll know what equipment that you need before we get started with those blocks of 3 exercises. Maybe grab a drink right now, and then we'll get started with our lymphatic warm-up today with some minor adjustments and variations. So for bone building, I like to do what I call the heel drop, and it's similar to the bounce that we've been doing with our lymphatic warm-up. But if you pick your heels up and then let them fall to the ground with a little bit of a hard impact. So we're just going to drop our heels. And that impact sends a little shock wave from the bottom of our heels up the bones of our legs, into our hips or our pelvis, up our spine, all the way through the crown of the head. Doesn't really get the arms so much, but it's really strengthening our skeleton. So you can decide how hard you want to hit with this. You can make it pretty gentle and just barely land, but it's all going to give you benefit for bone density here. So let's do about 5 more. Drop. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, split stance position. What I want you to do is bring your palms forward, and we're going to do an imaginary row here. So just pull your elbows back. You can imagine you're holding on to weights and make a fist. So later in class today, I'm kind of setting you up for something we're going to be doing later. So this is what I call a narrow row. And let's do 5 more of these. 5. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. 4. Little bend in your front knee. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Switch your feet now. Left foot in front. This time turn your palms behind you. Imagine you have weights and pull the elbows out. And I call this one the wide row. And we're lifting up through the shoulders, the deltoids. This will also give you an idea of what you want to use for weights when we do these with isometrics. And we'll do 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switch feet. Now we're going to do what I call a mixed grip. Your left hand is forward, your right hand is back, and you're going to do a combination of those 2 rows. So your left arm is doing a narrow row, while your right arm is doing a wide row. A little bit of mind body this morning, connecting the mind and the neuromuscular system, and we'll do 5 more. Good, just warming up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Switch feet. So this would usually be done by holding a barbell with one hand under and one hand over the bar and rowing the bar back. So it's a mixed grip row. The right arm is in a narrow row position. The left arm is in a wide row position. Now, when we do this in class today, we're going to be doing it isometrically. So we won't be doing repetitions. We'll be holding the weights up for 45 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Bring the feet to a mid-stance position. Bend your knees into a little squat. Start to do your arm swings forward and back, right and left. And really check in and see how your shoulders are feeling today. There might be exercises that you'll use very light weights or even no weights at all if you have some tenderness in your shoulders today. And let's do 5 and 4. You pick the pace. 3, 2, and 1. Now both arms swing back and up. Lift up on the toes for your body wave. Up, squat and raise. I love this one. We have so many muscles working here, and it's just one of those for me that really gets my heart rate up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squat down. Bring the hands here. Twist side to side. Now, I like to keep my head still and find a focal point out on the floor, maybe 6 to 8 feet ahead of me, because I get dizzy if I start to look and look, because this is a pretty quick speed. So keeping your head still, you still get some rotation here in your neck, right? Because your shoulders and shoulder girdles are rotating along the cervical spine. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Let's take the feet really wide. Golf swing, side to side. And then you can add a lift and a bend of the knee, swaying your body from side to side. Now this one's not as fast, so if you want to look, add that rotation of the head. Great. Look side to side, up maybe to the top hand. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, step your feet together. High knee marches, bringing the arms forward. Now, I saw one of these the other day. A lady was doing these. And for the lymphatic system, what she was doing was slapping the sides of her knees. So she was hitting her knees, not hard, just a slight little slap. And she was attributing this to a little bit more lymphatic drainage by slapping the knees. So if you want to give that a try, I love it. And we'll do 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Okay, feet wide again. We're going to do our starfish twist. So we rotate down and up. Take this nice and easy. If you are tight in your hamstrings, you don't have to go low. It's just a little bit of a forward bend with a rotation. We're keeping our spine nice and neutral, not allowing our back to round and flex forward. 5. Breathing. 4. Good. How's your heart rate? Body getting warm? 3. And 2. One more each side. Reach across and reach across. Okay, let's do our lymphatic slaps. We'll start down the right arm, just nice and easy. We won't do too many. Just cover the right arm, maybe the back of the shoulder, the chest. Come over here to our left arm. I just like how this really does activate the blood flow into the small capillaries. Down the torso, the hips, the front, the back, and sides. Then down the right leg. Maybe back up again. And down the left leg. And back up again. And then a couple fingers to the forehead and the cheeks and the chin. You just find some spots, maybe even up on your scalp is nice. Back of the neck. Nice and easy. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake everything out. We are warmed up and ready to go. Grab a drink of water. Love to stay hydrated. Now, I'm going to give you a lot of options on these exercises. You, of course, pick what you'd like to do within the guidance that I've given you. Our first exercise is an isometric squat. We're going to do 2 sets of 45 seconds. I'm going to do my squat with my ball squeezing in for isometrics. If you would like to do your squat with weights, pick those up. You can pick anything that you want to do with your upper body while we're in a squat. Our first squat is a narrow stance. So we're going to have our feet pointed directly forward and sit down any amount into that squat and hold for 45 seconds. Get ready and begin. So I'm pressing in on the ball, activating my chest muscles, a little bit of triceps, and I'm really trying to draw my shoulder blades down to fire my lats. If you're picking exercises with weights, you might be doing a shoulder raise or a bicep curl or an upright row. And you can choose that work to be isometric as well, or you can make it isotonic, which means you're moving through a range of motion. 10 seconds to go, then we have a 15-second break. 5, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 15 seconds rest. Take a wide stance position for your squat. Get ready in 5 seconds. Maybe you're changing what you're doing with the upper body. And let's begin. I'm going to stay with the ball push, firing the pecs. Now you can also tighten your pelvic floor. I don't talk about that as much as I should, but that's tightening the muscles of the pelvic floor, doing a little Kegel exercise where you're drawing those pelvic floor muscles in and up. It's great to help with, well, bladder control, right? And we need that as we're aging. Keep breathing. You can sink down a little lower into your squat or up a little higher. We have 10 seconds to go. Good. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and come up. Great job. Okay, that's what it's going to look like. We'll go into the next exercise, which is that bent over row with a mixed grip. So grab weights that you feel are appropriate for your bent over row. Our right foot will be forward, left foot back. We have our left arm forward, right palm back, pull up and hold. So your left elbow is straight back. Your right elbow is out to the side. It's not too high. You'll see my elbow is slightly below the level of my shoulder. And we're holding this 45 seconds. Now, 45 seconds is just a goal, right? If you need to take a break sooner, please do so. If you get yourself set for the other side quicker, you can start right away and get some extra seconds as well. 15 seconds to go. Oh boy, feeling this. So you're getting the back of the shoulder in the left arm, the side of the shoulder in the right arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Great job. Switch your stance. Right foot back. Turn the right palm forward. The left palm turns back. Get ready and pull up. So take that right elbow back, left elbow side. Try not to do a shoulder shrug. So keep those shoulders pressed down. My back leg is straight, tightening that glute a little bit. My front knee is bent. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good job. Now, if you need a break, you can relax for a second and then come back into it. Try not to give up completely. Get as many seconds as you can here of this 45-second hold. And of course, 2 sets gives us 90 seconds of isometric work. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Weights down. Third exercise, your choice of a plank. So you can come over to your wall. You can come to a chair. I don't have mine out today. You can come down to the floor. Now we have 2 sets. So if you want to do a side plank, you can also do that. So you can switch to the other side on the 90 seconds. I'm going to do 1 set from my straight arms and 1 set from my forearms. So let's get ready. Set yourself up. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and start. So we have 45 seconds. Now you can add certainly any variations to your plank, or you can just keep it as still as you possibly can and to breathe. I was reading an article about the importance of being able to hold a plank for 3 minutes as seniors. And I would really like to maybe build up to this over the next couple of months. And the way we can build up to it is to do things like a 45-second plank with a break and then do it again. We can eventually work our way up to 3 minutes. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest 15 seconds. I'm going to come down to my forearms for the second one here. You can be on your knees as well. Your toes. Get ready and begin. 45-second plank. Now try not to hold your breath. I just want you to breathe as your body needs to breathe. Maybe in and out through the mouth it might need to, or through the nose. Just keep the breath moving. Check the alignment of your spine. You want to be sure that your bottom's not up in the air like this, or that your back is not sagging down. So keep everything really straight. And you guys know that hands and knees is a proper plank. So if you need to come to that, it's all good. 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Take a break. Okay, that was our first 3 exercises. We're going to get a drink of water between every 3 exercises. We have 4 more sets of 3. All right, grab a drink. Heart rate should be up, feeling strong. Now, you are going to need lighter weights for the next exercise. I'm coming down to my 3s. We're going to come into either a lunge or a split squat with the right foot in front and our arms up behind us for a tricep raise. 45 seconds on the right side, 15-second break, and a 45-second on the other side. So get yourself ready, light weights, right foot forward, lunge position, lift your arms up and hold. Good. It doesn't take much weight for this at all. So we're strengthening the triceps, the back of our shoulders, our upper trapezius muscles. We've got our core engaged, and we have the quads and glutes on the legs. I think for me, if something's going to give out first, it's probably going to be my arms. So if you need to let them come down and take a break, just for a second or two, come back up. 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. 15 seconds rest. Switch your stance, left foot in front. Drop down into your lunge or your split squat. Lift the arms up. Start. 45 seconds. I like having the camera in front of me because I could see my knee was doing this. So it's nice to be able to see yourself maybe in a mirror, because sometimes we don't know we're doing those little form problems. You don't feel, I got to keep pushing it out there. Oh my goodness, 20 seconds. Oh, those triceps. My arms are starting to shake a little. 15. Keep pulling the belly in and breathing. Nice job. Ooh, almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Wowza. Okay, weights down. Actually, you might need these lighter weights again. I'm going to actually get my heavier ones. We have a military press, and I know some of you have shoulder issues. So a military press is to go from here up to here, but when we do an isometric, we're just holding them right about here, or you can also hold them in the front here. Okay, so if you want to do that lunge again, that's a nice way to do your military press as well. Right foot in front, left foot back, hold. So these exercises are designed to get a lot of muscle action in our isometric. If you want to just do a split stance, you can be up here, or if you want to try to balance on one foot, anything you'd like to do with these. And some of our exercises are going to involve balance today. Good. Abs in nice and tight. 15 seconds. Good. You can also do an upright row in place of the military press. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. 15 seconds rest. Now I'm going to change my arms to a more narrow military press for the second set. So I'm coming down in my lunge. I'm going to bring my arms up right here and begin. Good job. 45 seconds. I have, what do I have? 10-pound weights? I think they're 10s. Yes, they're 10s. So these are very, very challenging. But I knew my 3s were not going to be challenging enough. Good job, everybody. We're almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up, rest. Set those weights down. Third exercise, you've got a bird dog balance. Now, if you need a wall or a chair, make sure you have something to hold on to. Our right foot is in front. Our left foot comes up behind us, and then we reach the right arm forward. So you can tap a wall or a chair. We've got 45 seconds here in our bird dog, standing bird dog. So what is working isometrically is our standing leg, glute, and hamstring, even down into our calf muscle a little bit. The back leg, you're also activating the glute and the hamstring and a little bit of the calf to hold that leg up behind you. The core is really active. 15 seconds. Nice neutral spine, neutral cervical spine. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Break. Come on up. You should have felt that in that standing hip. So now our left foot's in front. Right leg lifts behind us. Left arm reaches forward, starting. So the opposite arm and leg are long away from each other, just like we would do this on our hands and knees. On our hands and knees is another wonderful option to do this pose. But I feel like we have a little bit more balance challenge here standing up. And then we don't have to worry about our knee down onto the mat. 20 seconds. Good job holding it steady. Really tighten that back leg glute. Lift the leg up a little more. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Great job. That's 3 exercises. Time for a drink. We have 3 more sets. Is that correct? Yes, 3 more sets of 3 exercises. Okay. So you get to pick whatever you want to do with your arms on this exercise. What we've got is a little mini squat with our heels off the ground. And you might want to have your hands on a wall or a chair. So this is what the exercise is going to look like. When we have our knees bent into the squat, it's going to work the soleus muscle in the lower leg. We refer to that as the second heart. The soleus helps to pump blood back to circulate at our heart. So if you want to hold a weight or something, I think I'm going to hold a weight in my right arm and use my left hand to help me balance. So let's drop down into your squat, lift up your heels, 45 seconds. Now, if it's too challenging to lift both heels up, we have 2 rounds of this, right? So you could just lift maybe the right heel up. And then on the second set, you could lift the left heel up. But if you've got something to hold on to for balance, try to lift both of those heels and breathe. 20 seconds to go. And I'm just holding on to this little weight to give myself a little extra core work here. I'm not doing anything with my arm, but just putting a little bit of extra resistance on the right side of my body. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, drop the heels. Good. 15 seconds. I'm going to switch the weight to my left hand. We'll drop down into our little mini squat. Pick up both heels or just the left heel this time. Now, I want you to make sure you're not doing this like this, bending over. So it's not like a deadlift. It's a squat, and I want you to keep your chest up. It's like chair pose in yoga. You don't have to bend your knees very much to get that activation in your legs. I just lost my balance. I looked over at you guys on the screen. 20 seconds. Good job. Heels are up. Heels are up. So you got the weight in the balls of your feet. Shoulder blades are back. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Great. Shake those legs out a little bit. Next exercise, you'll need 2 weights. I'm just going to grab my 3s. I call this the offering. So your hands are like this, and you're just holding your arms out a little bit away from your body. You don't have to be way out here. You're in a nice, comfortable position, so your biceps are working and your shoulders are working. What I'd like you to try to do is do this in single leg stance. So put your weight on your right foot, pick up your left knee. Now, if you need help with balance, just tap your big toe down to the floor. Keep your spine long. Now, when I look down at my clock, I'm definitely going to lose my balance. I'm going to put my toe down. Good job. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Trying to remember when I started this. I think I started it at 15 after, so we have 15 seconds to go. Beautiful. I feel this in the standing leg for sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest for 15 seconds. Now we can also do this rather than palms up. We can do this in the hammer position. So on the second set, I'm going to bend my elbows, reach my arms out from me a little bit, and pick up my left knee. Let's go. 45 seconds. Don't you love working balance? Yes. So important. And I hope you all had a chance to see my email a few days ago and to read the article Judith sent from the author Amy Tan on how not to fall. It's great. It talks about different things around our house that just normal things that can cause us to fall. And it's really mindful with what we can do with those things around our environment. Good job. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Whew. Okay, let's set the weights down. We have another balance pose. This is our starfish balance. So it's going to look like this. And you have the option to have a weight in one hand, or you can grab your ball and do a little isometric here. Having the weight in one hand gives you the chance to put your other hand on a chair or a wall to balance. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's stand on our right foot and hold 45 seconds. Now we're also getting an isometric for the left leg hip abduction by holding that leg out to the side. Doesn't have to be high off the ground. You can even have it right here tapping your toe, but you're still going to activate the outside of the leg, the medial glute. Let me check our time here. Good, we have 15 seconds. And 10. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Ooh, I felt that in that shoulder with my 3-pounders. Okay, standing on the left leg. Get ready and begin. This leg is harder for me to balance on, so I'm sure I'm going to be tapping my foot down more here. That's okay. And again, if you're just using a weight in one arm, that challenges your core. Even a 3-pounder like I have, I can feel it through my midsection as my body's trying not to lean over this way with that extra weight. Good job. We have 15 seconds. Feeling this hip here quite a bit. Lengthen through the crown of your head, nice and tall. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest, shake everything out. Gosh, that was 3 exercises already. It's time for a drink of water. We have 2 more sets of 3 exercises. Look how we're just chalking these off. Checking these off, not chalking them off. I guess if you're checking them off with chalk. Okay, I have a pretty integral exercise over on the wall. We're going to do a wall sit. I want you to have a heavy weight in one hand and a light weight in the other, or maybe no weight at all in the other hand. So what it's going to look like is you'll come over to the wall. You'll drop down in a wall sit. The left hand is going to do a bicep curl, and you're going to push your elbow back into the wall while your right arm is up, either with no weight or light weight, beginning now. So the left arm, I'm bicep curl, so that's isometric for my bicep. I'm pushing my elbow into the wall, so I have an overcoming isometric for the back of the shoulder, and then the front of the shoulder has a, what's the other kind of isometric? Yielding. I have a yielding isometric in my right arm. Now kind of push forward into your feet. That's really going to fire your quads more. Good. We have just about 15 seconds. Hang in there tight. Now keep your core engaged. Little isometric for your transverse abdominis. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep pushing that elbow back into the wall. 3, 2, and 1. Take a 15-second rest. Woo. Now, if you want to change your stance on your wall sit, you can make it a little different, maybe wider. You got to switch your weights though, right? Okay, bicep curl on the right, shoulder raise on the left. Push the right elbow into the wall, 45 seconds. Tense up your abdominals. Really brace and engage. Now, if this doesn't feel good for your shoulder, you can find a range of motion in here where your shoulder says, okay, I can do that without any pain right there. Find a place you can hold it. Or no weight, just lift your arm up just with body weight. Good job. And we have 10 seconds to go on this side. Good. Push into your feet forward to fire your quads. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Great job. Okay, we don't need our weights for the next one. We've done this one a few times. It's an overcoming wall push. So we're going to try to push the wall across the room. Got to bring my clock over here so I can see it. So bring your right foot in front, your left foot back. Hands are on the wall, not too high, below the level of your shoulders, and push the wall away from you. Start now, 45 seconds. So you should be feeling your chest muscles working isometrically. This is an overcoming isometric. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Your triceps are working. That's the back of the upper arm. Front of the shoulders working. We are breathing. We have 15 seconds to go. Back leg is where the power comes from. So you should feel that back leg working to help engage you to push forward into the wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake it out. Now maybe on the next one you take a more narrow grip so you can make it a little different. Left foot in front in 5, 4, 3, 2, and push. So when your hands are a little bit more narrow, the engagement shifts more into your triceps and less into your pectorals. They're both good though. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, this doesn't have to be a 10. I don't want you to hurt yourself. It's just enough to fire those muscles and feel the work. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We're coming up to the 30-second mark. And 15 to go. 13, 12, 11, 10. Keep pushing. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake everything out. Okay, let me check my cheat sheet. Okay, we have a tree pose. And so we'll be standing on one leg in tree. If you want to press against your ball, if you want to hold on to hand weights with one hand so you can hold on to the wall with the other, I think that's what I'm going to do here. I've already done a side raise and a front raise. I think I'm going to do an upright row in tree pose. So I'm going to stand whichever leg you want to stand on to start. Let me get my clock in front of me here. Come up into tree. And we'll hold 45 seconds. Now, if you can let go of the wall, excellent. This is a balance pose with just any option of an isometric with your arms if you would like to. So I want you to think about really good posture. And on the knee that's up into tree, I want you to try to pull that knee open by firing the outside and the back of your glute. So you've got a little isometric there in the leg that's up, the knee that's up. I forgot when I started this. Does it feel like we have about 10 seconds? All right, tall posture, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Okay, let's switch. Standing on the other leg, option to use the wall for balance. Anything you'd like to do with your arm, Come up into tree, open that knee out, and begin. I'm going to say it out loud. I'm starting at the 30-second mark on my phone. So we have to go to the 15. Breathe, breathe. Now you don't need to have a weight in your hand. You can just concentrate on balance. Just concentrate on tree pose. I'm going to take my gaze down to my clock. We have 20 seconds. And if you fall out of the pose, that's okay. Take your time, come back in, adjust your alignment, keep your breath moving. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. That was 3 exercises. So it's our drink break. From this one, we go down to the mat for our last set of 3 exercises. I'll tell you what you need to bring with you. So each one of these blocks takes us at least 6 minutes to get through because each set of exercises takes us 2 minutes. Okay, so we're going to need your ball in a bridge pose to squeeze your knees together for inner thighs. And you're also going to need a set of weights that you can hold your arms out into a chest fly when you're laying on your back. So I'm going to grab my 3s. If that's too heavy for you, bend your elbows and do a chest press to make it doable. Okay, so come on down with me. I'll give you some time to get set and ready. We'll need the ball between the knees. That way we're going to get an isometric for the inner thighs. And then you'll need your weights for your chest fly. I'm going to see if I can prop up that phone so I can see it on my back. Okay, get ready. Come up into bridge. Squeeze your knees together. Open your arms out to the side and hold. Now make sure your arms aren't up here by your head. You want them down below the level of the tops of your shoulders so they're toward your hips a little more. And we're really lifting the bum up, tightening the glutes, tightening the hamstrings, squeezing the inner thighs together. Still can't see my phone there. Good job, 20 seconds to go. Nice breathing here. Now there's a lot of muscle activation, so sometimes our brain stops thinking about something, and it's usually the squeezing of the ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, come down, take a break for 15 seconds. Now on the second set, I want you to lift your toes up off the floor. That's going to activate your tibialis anterior muscles. Come up into bridge. Arms open out, or anything else you want to do with them. Maybe you'd rather do a tricep. That's what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to do a tricep at about 90 degrees to work the back of the upper arms. Up, I forgot I wasn't squeezing the ball. Tighten, squeeze between your knees. Lift the glutes up, pull your toes up, firing the shin muscles. Anterior tibialis, and make sure you're breathing. I've got to come down to look at my clock. And we have 20 seconds. Whoop, I stopped squeezing the ball. And 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, keep squeezing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Wow, so that was intense. Okay, now we have a figure 4 position. So I want you to take your right foot, cross it over your left thigh. This is going to give you a little bit of a hip opener. Support the back of your head with your fingertips, and we're going to do 45 seconds in an oblique crunch. So lift your shoulders up and turn your torso to the right. I gotta see my clock here.
So many different angles I have to see it from. Okay, so we're 45 seconds. Relax your head into your fingertips. Try not to tighten your neck muscles. So we're in an oblique rotation to fire the rectus abdominis and the transverse and the obliques. That's 30 seconds. We have 15 to go. Keep breathing. And last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the head down and then switch your stance. Left ankle crosses over, right thigh. Support the back of your head, lift up and turn to the left. 45 seconds. And I'm going to say this out loud. I need to go to the top of the minute here. Good job. Breathe, breathe. This is a nice one that you can use a hand towel behind the back of the neck so your arms can do the work to lift your neck up so that your head's not doing it. 20 seconds. Pull the abs in. 12, 11, 10, 9. Are you breathing? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax down. Was that 3 exercises? Let me check. It was the bridge with the ball. It was the chest fly and the oblique crunch. Yes, we did the chest fly in the bridge, didn't we? Okay, well, that's okay. We're just going to do 2 exercises because I combined 2. Okay, so now we're going to use that 45-second timer to work on some stretches. So let's take our right leg up into a hamstring stretch and pull the toes down toward the floor for 45 seconds. Now I want your heart rate to come down here and to breathe in these last few minutes of class. So start to slow your breathing, slowing that respiratory rate, slowing your heart rate. So we did not do any really cardiovascular calisthenics today to really spike the heart rate up high. But for me, the isometric still really got the heart rate up, especially the ones that involved both the lower body and the upper body and the core at the same time. We have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now just take that right foot, cross the ankle over the left thigh. Let's pull the knees up to the chest for figure 4 stretch for 45 seconds, starting now. And just bringing back to our mind the benefits of doing isometric work, especially the bone building aspect. And also, for me, what was important when I was researching isometrics was I was having some trouble with high blood pressure. It was after my knee replacement. And there were so many studies saying that isometric exercise helps us to manage our blood pressure. So that was very interesting for me to start incorporating this into my lifestyle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep your ankle crossed, but just bring your left foot to the floor. Pull your elbows out to the side and drop your knees to the left. And we're going to do a twist here for 45 seconds. So your right shoulder blade should be down into the floor. Your knees are over to the left. If this doesn't feel comfortable for your back, or if there's any issues with this, then just pick the twist that you like the best. I want this to feel relaxing and comfortable. And take some nice breaths into the side waist and the rib cage. You can even turn your head to the right. That's a nice spiral twist. So the knees moving left,
the head moving right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now let's do those 3 stretches on the other leg. So our left leg will come up, flex your foot, and stretch your hamstring. You can also lengthen your right leg out long on the mat if you want. You can use a yoga strap, a resistance band. So we're pulling our toes down. That's firing your shin, which helps the back of your leg to relax. It's that reciprocal inhibition that we've talked about many times, where we fire a muscle and then the opposing muscle relaxes. Now try to elongate your breathing. Slow it down. Good job. Let's hold 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Pull both knees up for your figure 4 stretch. Relax and breathe for 45 seconds. You can certainly maybe do a couple of ankle circles, both directions on both feet. So just make this the best stretch for your body. Try to press your low back down into the mat. Let it snuggle down in there and fire your abdominals a little bit. I like to make sure that the leg that's crossed over, so in this case it would be the left one, I have that ankle flexed, so it helps to protect my knee from twisting, which I don't have to worry about it much on my left knee because that's hardware that's in place, but my right knee, I have to really think about that. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, drop your right foot to the floor, anchor your elbows, and drop your knees over to the right for a twist for 45 seconds. Option to turn your head to the left. And then here's where we take some nice deep breaths into the intercostal space. That's the little muscles that reside between each one of your rib bones. So there is muscle there, and we can expand and contract just a little bit when we breathe in. One time when I was doing gymnastics, I injured my intercostal muscles doing something, and boy, I could tell you there were muscles there because if I took a deep breath, it really hurt when that muscle was strained. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull those knees up and then take your time to come to a seated position for a seated butterfly stretch. All right, so soles of the feet are together. We let the knees open. And we're going to apply a little bit of isometric here. So I want you to tighten the outside of your hips and push your legs out by using your muscles. Not too sternly, not too stressfully. Just press them out just a little bit. And if you want to lean forward some, you can. We'll hold here 45 seconds. I just wish all of you a wonderful new year. I'm really excited to see what is in store for us in 2026 for LisaBug. I appreciate all of you staying on with me for over 5 years. It's just incredible how this all got started with COVID, and you're still working out with me. I'm so thankful for all of you and full of gratitude. Let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Close those knees together. Let's do a little downward dog. So roll over to your hands and to your feet. You can use your chair for your down dog or put your hands on a wall and let your heels drop down, stretching the backs of the legs one more time through the calves. Make this doable for you. So if it bothers your wrists, You could come down to your elbows or bring your hands to a chair. Now, if you try to pull your toes up away from the floor, woo, that really stretches the backs of the legs. Just 20 seconds to hold this. Deep breaths. Try to lift your tailbone up to the sky. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk your feet to hands or hands to feet. Soften your knees. Roll your spine up. Restack everything. We'll take a nice deep breath in, stretch. And everybody said, ah. Nicely done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today for this entire year. Remember, no class on the 1st. And for those of you that received my emails, I was off by one day on my dates, but you know that. So I will see you next Tuesday or in just a couple minutes in the other room. Let's have a little chit chat, and I will see you shortly.